Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to A Taste of BPCC. I'm your host, Sarah Patterson, and today I'm here with Chef Courtney.
Hey guys.
What are we making today?
We are making a Cajun chicken pasta.
That sounds really, really tasty.
My whole family likes it.
I honestly can eat any kind of pasta, but I want to know how you make this yourself. So what's our first step?
Okay, our first step is actually we partially cooked our chicken and we're just gonna throw it in a pan, but we partially cooked it because it just gives prettier slices. So if you want to make like a really pretty plate, that would be the way to do it.
I see. How did you get all the sear on it like that with the spices around the edges?
Yeah, you just marinate the chicken for probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes with the seasoning on. And what that does is just kind of lets the chicken get the flavor. And then after that, you just sear it off in a pan with some hot oil. I use olive oil because I just like the flavor better. And once you do that and you cut it, then you just put it in a pan, and I'm gonna turn it up to high heat. And basically, you're just gonna wait for it to sear.
Gonna work with it a little bit.
Yeah. And just kind of flip it where you see that it's a little bit more raw. You wanna make sure that you are getting all of those raw pieces down into the pan. And we're gonna go ahead and get our pasta ready to drop in the water. And it's already salted. So, and it's got oil in it. You wanna do that so that it doesn't stick to each other. And basically, you're just going to, I'm gonna grab a heaping handful of pasta.
I've heard of people adding salt to their pasta water. Does that have any significance?
Yes, because pasta's kind of bland. You really want to give it salt. It gives it a little bit more flavor. And basically, I'm just gonna break these in half, and they might splinter a little bit, but they're fine. And you just half it. That one's a little bit more difficult.
Is this to make it easier to cook or quicker
Yes, because the longer that it is, because of how much water's in the pan, it's gonna take longer to cook. And we're gonna...
I'm gonna drop some in.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just drop it right in there. Okay.
That chicken is smelling really good.
Thank you. I don't normally like spicy food. This is actually the only thing that I eat that is spicy.
What spices do you use it over? What did you use to marinate the chicken?
Yeah, it's mostly what it is it's a tablespoon of salt, because salt brings out flavor in just regular meats and things. Yeah, and spices. If you are using a particular spice and it's not particularly strong per se, especially if it's dry, then salt kind of brings that flavor out and rounds out the flavor of the dish. So for this, I used salt, freshly ground black pepper, red pepper flakes, cumin, paprika, and cayenne pepper. And that cayenne and that paprika together is what's gonna give that hit of spice at the end.
Smoky spices.
Yeah, definitely. And that cumin is going to, what it's going to do is it's going to give a smoky flavor. So it's not going to be, it's not going to taste like ribs or anything. It's going to taste like, you know, just that nice smoke that you would get from a barbecue.
It'll have like multiple levels of flavors with that.
Yeah,
smoke
absolutely.
flavor added.
Absolutely. And we are getting there with our chicken.
So while that's finishing,
Yeah.
tell me real quick, how long have you been in this program, and what made you want to be a chef?
Well, I started school here in August of 2017, and I wanted to be a chef since I was 12. I saw an Emerald TV show on television when I got home from school, and he was really cool and really excitable, and I just remember thinking, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be.
I think it's awesome that those kids at 10 or 12 are going home and watching Power Rangers, and you're wanting to learn how to cook. That's awesome.
I think my parents thought I was a little bit crazy when I was like, I want to be a chef.
Oh no, they should have been happy. They should make you cook dinner every night.
They love it now. Now they definitely take advantage of my cooking skills or lack thereof sometimes. And, you know, they They like it when I cook. They like it when I'm innovative, except for my mom. My mom's a real picky eater.
Oh, she don't like trying anything new?
Yeah, so the fact that she likes this food really is a good thing because she's super picky.
She's like more inclined to eat it because you made it.
No. I don't think so, but you know, I try to get her to eat as much of my food as possible. So when the chicken is done, which it's almost done, so I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull it out and put it to the side in this bowl, and I'm gonna toss that real fast. Okay.
It is really smelling great.
So we're just gonna do that, and we're gonna give it about another minute, and then it should be ready. And we're just gonna move our pasta around just so that it gets cooked evenly. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna toss it in there.
My favorite part, guys, sauce. We're about to put sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you add?
We're putting some olive oil, okay? And what the olive oil is gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm gonna get some water. Okay, and you just wanna have water here because when you start adding all this seasoning and it starts to cook, you are going to,
salt.
yes,
Pepper.
salt, little bit of pepper, not as much as salt. And then you're gonna do some red pepper flakes. And this is cumin that's going in. Like I said, it's gonna give it that smoky flavor.
Oh, this smells smoky. It smells so good.
All right.
That was the paprika?
Yes, and then this is the cayenne. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of water.
That's to help mellow it out some?
Yes. This will kind of bring a more even flavor. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a tad bit more because I like color. It will, it'll give it like, it's kind of an orange tint, kind of. It's kind of hard to explain what it looks like, but yes, absolutely. It's kind of like a yellow-ish. So basically what I'm doing now is, like I said, just mixing it up. So then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna turn this way, way down. You want it on low because if you dump heavy cream into a hot pan, you're gonna curdle it and then you're gonna have lumps of milk, and that's gross.
So
you don't want that.
About what temperature would you say to turn your pan down to? Like a low, a medium?
I would say low.
Low.
Low, because if you do it on anything higher than a low, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna scorch your pan, and like I said, you're gonna curdle the cream. And then
Doesn't sound appetizing at all.
that's gross, yeah. You don't wanna do that, I'm telling you now. And then basically, we're just gonna mix in our cream. And the cream has to get, not to where it's boiling, but it's gotta be bubbling. You want it to kind of simmer. So you want a light boil. Yeah, you want to make sure that your cream is going to thicken up. So generally I add a little bit, and I may add a little bit more water. I may add a little bit more seasoning, just depending on what it looks like. I have a certain color that I go for. So if it doesn't reach that color, then...
Is there a certain consistency you aim for too?
Yes, and we're actually gonna add Parmesan cheese, which is a godsend in pasta dishes. You love cheese with pasta. Everybody does.
How much do you add normally?
I would say about half a cup, maybe, just depending on how much cheese you like. If you don't like a lot of cheese, don't add a lot of cheese. I'm telling you, because this will make it. Well, my mom doesn't like cheese.
The picky eater.
Picky eater, and she hates cheese, which is really weird. But I can hide it, and she'll never know it's there. But if I tell her, there's no way on creation she's gonna eat it.
Hide it in the sauce.
Exactly. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna take a heaping handful, you know, and I'm just gonna roll it around.
So what, you've wanted to do this ever since you were a kid. Where do you want to end up at? Do you want to be like a celebrity chef or working on your own show?
You know, I did, but now there's actually, you know, being with Chef Julie and Chef Mark, you really kind of learn all the different sides to being a chef and being in the industry. And so I think at this point, I just want to be successful in whatever manner that has for me. So I'm not really decided on one thing or another.
Let's see where it takes you.
Absolutely. Okay, so basically, this doesn't have enough color for me. Like I said, cooking, looking for a certain color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna add just a little bit.
So you added some more of the oranges and the reds you're trying to get.
Yeah, I added kind of more of a pinch of paprika and cayenne because they give a really pretty color. So that's what I'm gonna do there.
So while that's cooking, I think we're gonna hop over to a short break, and when we come back, we'll finish the dish.
Dominion-aire, hey. Huh. Communication media, hands-on, yeah. Know we hands-on, give you all the tools you need to succeed. Only at BPCC. Communication media, hands-on, yeah. You know we hands-on, giving you all the tools you need to succeed. Only at BPCC. Broadcasting, TV production, wanna be on television, we can get you started. Every day's a photo shoot, got fine art photography, know the film up, also making documentaries. Graphic designers, real fun, Photoshop, illustrators, characters come alive in computer animation. We got sound recording with studio production without the training. How could I record this greatness? Lights, camera, action, come alive and be creative, business of music. Maybe you could be my next agent, media for ministry, pictures where you wanna be, looking for all the majors that breed creativity. Communication media ain't for the wannabes. Yeah, it's only for the gonna-bees. Got cool professors, master your craft with ease. Cool professors, master your craft with ease.
Welcome back to A Taste of BPCC, and we're almost done with our Cajun chicken pasta. Let's see what the plate looks like.
Okay, so basically all we're gonna do now.
All of our components are done.
Yes, everything is finished.
This chicken has been in my face the whole time. I'm so ready to taste it.
So basically what I'm doing now, I'm just draining the pasta. And all we're gonna do is just dump it right in here. And you don't have to get all the pasta out, that's fine. And then what we're gonna do.
It does change the color of the pasta a little bit.
Yes, it gives it, like I said, kind of an orangey yellow kind of look to it, which I like. So basically, all we're doing, and like I said, with that little bit of pasta water, you just leave a little bit. You don't drain it fully. And then it kind of loosens the sauce back up. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is, can you hand me one of those bowls?
Oh, with pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna take, and it doesn't really matter how much, so you just take it.
You're right, it doesn't. We could just put all of that in the bowl.
Absolutely. You might be really tired after you eat, but if you want to, I mean, go right ahead. And then I'm just gonna take this, and naturally you would use, you know, anything, and you're just gonna dip it in that sauce because it gives it that really good, like, creamy flavor. So basically all I'm doing is just doing that, and you're just kind of getting the Cajun flavor mixed in. And then, all right, and then what we're gonna do is we are gonna add a little bit of chive just for some green because I don't like a plain plate. So basically what you're doing, and that's what it looks like.
Beautiful.
That's it.
It's gonna be even better in my belly.
So let me grab us some forks and we can go ahead and try that. And I'll let you have the first bite.
This piece looks so nice and well seasoned. I want to try this one.
All right, well, you go right on ahead.
I thought it was going to be so much more spicy, but it's like just perfect. It has the right amount of kick in it.
Mm-hmm.
That chicken tastes so good.
Thank you.
I think the marinade on that was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Well, guys, this has been a Taste of Bipsy with my chef Courtney and our Cajun chicken pasta. Catch us next week for a Taste of Bipsy.